wait, 68 plus 21 is 889. Yeah. 89 minus 21. Because it's the 144 and the 89 that actually like really represent the center height, and then these are just offsets relative to the art of the image. Um, why is this one positive and the other one's negative? Just cause, I guess. Just cause. Okay, so 144 and 89. Those are the numbers I care about. I'm going to go to this image and slide it down by 144. Wait, what? Oh, whoops. Wrong tool. Slide it down to negative 144. So that'll put the center right on the edge. Negative 144, and slide it up by negative 89. And then this is how last time I went about picking the target locations. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to set a different range for myself. And yeah, okay, because like I was saying before, I don't want nearly as much verticality. So the functional range is going to be like so for the bullseye, it's going to be really tight. Actually, the bullseye doesn't matter. The bullseye we can use the full range because bullseyes are bullseyes and cool. Okay, so then for the near hits, we'll only want to use like this range. Like we used to use like all of this range too, but like that implies verticality that's not pertinent to like gameplay. And so then for the outside range, we'll want to use like this, because we don't want. So again, like last time we used like all the way like this range too, but like those like imply like that you missed it vertically, and like there's no vertical control in this game, so it doesn't really make sense. I'm gonna change the. I'm gonna go a little closer to the edges, just for more variety, especially because we're using less space now. So. I mean, these guidelines aren't like law; they're just basically for my own reference when I go through and pick the positions. I don't want to go too close to the edge either. So this should be about right. So basically, all we did here is we just picked a bunch of points in these ranges. So I'm just gonna open like Notepad and file new. Let's I'm just like moving this off screen. Like I can still see it, but it'll be like mostly off screen for you guys. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll go in it doesn't really matter what order I go in. So like well, oh, actually, yeah, no, you know what I'll do? I'll just copy this over here. And then, yeah, I can just replace it and then copy it back. I can just replace all these things and copy it back. Okay. So, the positions for, so the outer radius. So let's go with like, okay, so this is like position 8659. So 86 59. I'm just jotting down all these numbers. So let's go with this position as well. Actually, let's go with this position as well. So 54 45. 54 45. Hypothetically, I should have flipped the image upside down before doing this, but the image is like mostly radially symmetrical, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so then 7346, 73, hey, that already had 73 in there. 46. Let's go with 9339. 93 39. Let's go with 61, 31. 31. And then how about 78, 28. And 94, 23. This is the most exciting thing I've ever done. And then 64, 20. We don't have too many of these values. Just a few more. Actually, only two more here. So the last two will be the last two will be I don't know, just like here. So like 92, 3. 92, 3, and 68, 0. And then okay, so that's it for the outside radius, and then so for the inside radius, or for the middle range, let's do like 42, 38. Let's do 11, 25. Let's do 31, 25. Let's do 49, 22. How about 2017? Uh, 37, 16. How many more? Four more. So 53, 52, 12. Wait, I had four more to go. So this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. Wait, what was the 52, 52, 12. 52, 13 is fine. 52, 13. And then 20, 22, 6. And then 46, 2. And lastly 25, 0. Okay, and now the inner range, which is the squeeziest by far. So 0, 15. I might just leave these the same. I might just not move these. These are fine how they are. Okay, oops, no, I don't mean to save that. I mean to transpose these back into where I got them from and save that. Okay, so I'm just gonna I won't interrupt the version of the script that's running right now. I'll make a fake version of the script, and I'll change the archery TB durations to be significantly faster, so that way we can just test this real quick to see that that the targets are hitting correctly. So let's run this, and also archery, and then So I'm not going to bother playing the event or anything. Basically, all I'm doing here is we're just like blitzing. It'll just go really fast through all the tableaus to get to the last tableau, and we'll see that in each the rule is that in each of these rounds, one of them is going to hit, like an arrow is going to hit in each of those ranges. So here's our bullseye. Now it should either hit in the far outside range. Okay, this is hitting in like the near range, right? And so this last one should hit in the far outside range. And so far so good. Okay. So because we just changed what all these numbers are, like, I don't know, hypothetically we might have like picked a bad one, or like if I transpose some of those numbers wrong, like the arrows might like hit in weird locations. So basically we're just like hoping that that doesn't happen. So that's why we're just watching this play out a few times. And I'm not going to check literally all of them. As long as like we don't see anything too egregious here, then I'll assume that it's mostly working. And then, I mean, we'll have to keep an eye out, like in case, something bad happens down the line. But yeah. One thing I noticed is that I did go really close to the edges. Like in that last round of shooting, like the near hit and the far hit, or like the near hit and the miss were like really similar. Like one was on the outer red band and one was on the inner white, or like one was on like the middle red band and one was on the outer white band near. They were just very. It's probably fine. Like I don't need to change anything because like it's all hitting the target and it's mostly good in that regard. Oh, one thing I haven't tested that I might want to test is sorry, Fresh. I was not reading chat very closely. You said that your problem is that it doesn't run. Well, are you getting an error? Because that's actually, it's not necessarily a problem if things don't run. I mean, it's kind of a problem, but it's like an expected problem. Like when I run my script, like I'm pleased when it works, but like a lot of the time what I expect it to do is just not work. And then it tells me what the error is, and then I fix the error. And then if I do that enough times, then eventually it does run. So, yeah. If it's not running, then like is it giving you a useful error? And if so, like what is the nature of that error? If it's not giving you anything to go on, then no, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. Or do. But I can't help you at that point because that's like that doesn't make any sense to me. Why on earth would you use Notepad++? Notepad is not going to give you any errors and it's not going to help you solve your problem. Like if you use Notepad, like you're in the weeds basically. Like you've exited civilization, so like have fun with your new life, but like I'm probably not going to try and help you if you go that way, just because like it's crazy. Like why would you go that way? It's like literally crazy. Oh, you're literally working in C, like not a C language. You're literally working in C. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that. Yeah, I've never worked in C, so I good luck. I don't know. I've worked in C languages, so like if you have questions, I can answer them in the context of C languages. But like for C languages, Visual Studio is the correct answer. For literally C, like I don't know. I didn't know that literally C was actually like a thing until relatively recently. And then once I found out that C was a thing, I was like, oh, C++, I get it, right? So that's neat, I guess. I don't know how to feel about that. Because I know nothing about C. Like, no, that's not a flattering comparison. I was gonna say it's like if I saw a dinosaur, I wouldn't know what to do with the dinosaur. No, if I saw like a woolly mammoth, I wouldn't know what to do with the woolly mammoth. Like, because like if I saw an elephant, like I don't know. I feel like I've seen enough elephants. Like I've never seen one in real. No, I've probably seen one in real life at like a zoo or something. But I've just seen like enough of how elephants behave like in the world. That if I was put in front of an elephant, I think I'd be okay. But if I wasn't put in front of a woolly mammoth, like I technically know that woolly mammoths like did exist or something, but like I don't know how to like comport in front of one to like not get like trampled. So like that's me in like C, like literally the language C. It's like yes, I've heard of this. I've heard of this. I conceptually I recognize that this is a thing, but like don't put me in front of it because I'm gonna make the wrong move and I'm gonna get like gored by like a tusk. Okay. Um. So let's do what? Um. We're done with everything. We fixed everything. The game's perfect. We can ship it now. Um. Wait. Why do we keep putting things in micro when they're supposed to? The archery outcomes based on individual shot counts. I definitely did that already. And just put it in micro because I don't know. Maybe that list was smaller, and so it felt like I should put more things in that list now. Um. Yeah. So what time is it? It's 2:16. Um. Yeah, I'm not in any hurry to like stop streaming. So, but then again, I don't know if I want to bite off something like huge, like spontaneous guest GMing. Like the next things that I have to do are like pretty big. So maybe I should do these things first, and I can bite off one of these things first thing tomorrow. That might be smarter. Um, what strategy does the current multi-scoring imply? Right. So right. Okay. So let's look at how multi-scoring is calculated. So uh, where does that happen? That happens when we conclude the event. So conclude event. Yeah, so when we're concluding the event, when we're calculating the scoring, we do like the we do the wait, where is it? Down here? Or is it? No, we do it higher up. Yeah, it's up here. Okay, so for oh no, it's up here. So if curve max actions is greater than 1, we basically what we do here is we take all of the so like with a multi-event, you can take multiple actions. Let's say you take Frolic and Flower. And let's say Frolic turns out perfect, but Flower doesn't turn out perfect or nice. Frolic is worth 2 points. No, excuse me. Frolic is worth 3. Well, yeah. Okay, so Frolic is worth like 2 points. And Flower in that case is worth like 0 points. So you do 2 plus 0 divided by 2 because you're taking the average and you get 1. So that's fairly straightforward. But what if Frolic was perfect and Flower was nice? So if Frolic was worth 2 points and Flower was worth 1 point, then you add those together. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, and it rounds, so you actually get 2 because you got 1.5. So I think what I wanted to look at here is like what strategy does the current like multi-system imply? And I think the current multi-system implies choosing 2 options. I think choosing 2 options is like the correct number to statistically like increase your likelihood of rolling high, because like, well, actually, now that I think about it, well, let's look at another case. So let's say knock is worth perfect, 2 points. Look is worth 0, and regroup is worth 0. This is like the case of the event type 0, where 1 is perfect and the other 2 are not perfect. What happens if you choose all 3? It's 2 divided by 3 is 0.33, which rounds down to 0. So I guess that's good. So the current strategy does not incentivize just going across the board. Okay, so actually for event type 0, I actually rather like that. I think that's actually rather good. Because with event type 0, if there are 2 options, you can either pick one option. So an event type 0 multi with two options, you can pick one option and go 50-50 to get 2 points, or you can pick both options and you're guaranteed to get 1 point. So that's fine. Event type 0 multi with 3 options, like we just discussed, there's no advantage to going completely split all 3 options, because you're guaranteed to only get you can't get a good score that way. Like, you can't get anything higher than 0 points that way, because it'll always round down to 0. But you still have the options of going 30 with a 33% perfect or a 66%. You'd have a 33% chance of getting 2 points or a 66% chance of getting 1 point. So that's fine. It's event type 1. So like event type 1, that's the weird one. That's the one that, like the first one we looked at, where you get perfect and nice and it rounds up to perfect. So yeah, what are the possible outcomes there? Let's just line them up and like look at them individually. Mad Science, I don't need that open anymore. File, new. Okay, so perfect, or I'll just say like, so 2 that one's not really a problem. 2 I don't need to do the redundant ones, because those ones like the average of like the same number 3 times over is still that number. So 2 2 1 2 2 0 0 2 1 2 0 1 0. These are the multi options for event type 0. Event type 1, excuse me. So in this case, it's 5 divided by 3 is 1.6, which rounds up to 2. In this case, it is 4 divided by 3 is 1.33, which rounds down to 1. 2 1, as we discussed before, is 3 divided by 2, 1.5, rounds up to 2. 2 0 rounds to 1, and 1 0 rounds to 1, because 0.5 rounds up to 1. So yeah, I mean, I guess like what's happening here is that there's an incentive here. There's an incentive on these two. There's an incentive literally right here. There's a slight incentive to choose 2 options. It is a very slight incentive. Well, no, I guess it happens here too. So what I could do is, if I could just add in a special case where, like, if it equals 1.5 or if it equals 0.5, then it like actually like coin flips to like shift it up or down. Because all the rest of the rounding like is like square. It's like mathematically on point. But then yeah, maybe I'll just do that. So PV equals PB. So we'll say so if PV is greater than 0, we'll say PPB pre-player bonus or player pre-bonus equals the float equivalent of PB divided by PV, and we'll say if if what? If PPB uh if PPB equals 1.5 equals 0.5. Actually, I should just do all the 0.5s. Wait, no, the 2.5 isn't a real thing because you can't go above 2. You can't average 2 in such a way that it actually goes above 2. Yeah, so no, it's only 1.5 or PPB equals 0.5. And we'll say PPB plus equals random dot value random dot value, or no, excuse me, I was thinking of the wrong language. In Python it's random dot random divided by, I don't know, this can be like any arbitrary. Oh, whoa, why is there a parenthesis here? Oh, yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. So random.random divided by so random.random times 0.5 minus 0.25. So this will just randomly add or subtract some amount, so that there's an even chance that it either rounds up or rounds down. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. And then we'll round. So then we'll say PB equals the integer rounded of PB. Yeah. So it'll either go high and it'll round up, or it won't. It'll go low and round down. And I guess there is technically still a slight advantage to choosing two options, because like statistically, like there's still the 0.5, and it, yeah, I don't know, whatever. It's fine though. It's not like, I don't know. So in the back of my mind, I knew there was like something about the way that the multi actions were calculated that like preferred a certain strategy, which I didn't necessarily intend, and so now that's like kind of just like washed out, and I prefer that to be the case. Good. Let's now move on to the next task, I suppose. So link bonuses badge awarding. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, and I just don't know if I care about this one. I don't know if I can muster a care about this one. I might just completely not care. But then, yeah, so if I'm not going to do that, what am I going to do instead? Sorry, it's 2:28. I forget. Not that it super matters, but like I try and target like 8 hours. Like on a good day, I try and target 8 hours, and I forget how many hours I've done so far today. Earlier today, I think I did like 5-ish. I did 5:15, so I should put in a little more time before I call it. So maybe I should do link bonus badge awarding, because it is a small task, and it'll probably take me about 15 minutes. It might take me longer than 15 minutes, which is fine. But I think anything that I start over here is going to be more than, like, significantly longer. So, I don't know. Let's look, though. Modular, that's huge. Stress test is just, I don't even know why it's on here. Just as a reminder to myself, I guess. I could look into the demi teleporting. I could look into that. Yawn, that's big. Conditional dice rolls, That's not huge. I could do conditional dice rolls. Um, hypothetically. What would I want to do with conditional dice rolls? I would want to... Huh. I would want to... Yeah, so conditional dice rolls. One of the things the secret panel does, besides, facilitate events, is uh, if I say potato party, if I say pound potato party over here, it shows up on screen here. Um, so, uh, um, so currently, like, this is strictly informative. Like, this panel, all it does is show me as, like, the game administrator, like, what people are talking about. Um, so conditional dice rolls would be a way to, like, play off of these things. Yeah, potato party time. Uh, Look at it. It is potato party time because, potato party time and potato party are both trending. um, the sorry, the conditional dice rolls would actually play onto these. It would be like so like for example, potato party time is like hot right now. It's what everyone's talking about. And so I could do like roll potato party time, and then like I don't know, like so you bust out, or like you you roll into the potato market and check their stock of crisps. So what this actually does right now is it rolls dice to see like what the outcome would be. So you basically like roll dice to see, what. Oh, actually, I didn't put in the dice numbers. So it's like, I don't know, roll like 18 out of 20 or something. And so this would roll a 20-sided die, and if you got an 18 or higher, you would succeed at checking the potato market crisp stock. And so right now, I can do this, except it doesn't actually like interact with these things at all. So basically, the point of conditional dice rolls would be that so that I could actually like interact with these and like kind of like it basically like be like a mini event that just can happen spontaneously, like whenever. So it would basically resolve it similarly. Like currently in like an event, maybe it's even like worth a point or two, right? Like maybe actually you actually get awarded some amount of experience, like on success or something like that. Because what we're keeping track of, we're keeping track of what people are saying, and we're keeping track of who's saying it too. So kind of like we do special recognition on the events, like we could do special recognition of like the players who like pioneered potato party time. The there's some horribly offensive term, offensive to me, for people who like, I think it's like hashtag entrepreneur, people who like, anyways, but no, we could give like special recognition to whoever got the potato party time rolling. Although that's actually a little hard to tell, because I don't know. Like typically with like in the context of an event, we go with the first person to choose an option. So for example, Protospasm is going to get credit for cut because Protospasm is the first player to have chosen cut. But like with the voice data, like you almost want to, you almost don't necessarily want to go with the oldest. Like it'd be nice if I could come up with like some algorithm to figure out like the trending history of it, so that like when like I could pick the players who like were onto it before it became big. I don't know. Part of the reason that I haven't done this feature yet, even though it's not a huge feature, is that I still don't know exactly what I want to do with it. I could just like implement like something fairly straightforward for starters. The awkward thing is that like your your like the so these things like expire over time. Like they slowly tick down and then eventually they just like disappear entirely. Um, so technically, like to do the special recognition thing, like it would only really maybe I should skip the special recognition thing because it wouldn't be indicating like who was the first person to say it. Even it would be what it would be indicating was uh it'd be indicating who was the person who said it most closely to an hour ago. Because like anyone who'd said it more than an hour ago, it would have been like erased basically already. So I don't know. Um, maybe maybe I should make these like interactive, so it's not just conditional dice rolls. Maybe it is like a spontaneous little event. Like maybe there is actually some like player agency in the event. Because if there's player agency, like if there's player agency here, then we could we could give special recognition to the players who like actually participate with it, which is typically what we try and do with special recognition. Um, I don't know. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Because like if I go too far with it, then why not just make it an event? Like if I'm making it these mini events that are basically events, then like, why not just make them events instead? Um, hmm. That is also an option. Like I mean we have ad lib events where like we have ad lib events where oh that, yeah, that could be interesting. What if what if using the action tag in an event did the same thing? Like so like what if uh so what if there was like potato party time and also uh like salsa fiesta I think was the rival to potato party time. So so then what if there was an event that was like uh, you approach two doors, one labeled potato party time, and one labeled salsa fiesta. Uh, which do you choose? So maybe like in the same way that that like the conditional dice rolls would count these, would like use these, maybe then oh oh okay. So what if by using an action tag in an event, that event pre-populated the participation data with the like basically like so when the event starts basically like the extent to which that event had been popular, or that the extent to which that like tag or that action tag had been popular before the start of the event like actually directly contributes to its, you know, like the balance of the event itself. I mean that would only really make sense for no, I guess that's fine. I was gonna say it'd make most sense for it'd make most sense for like event type tilt, like tilt type events where like you're voting between one thing or the other, because then you know the popularity is like strategic in terms of like uh Oh yeah, it was like one of them just disappeared, and it's because the threshold. It doesn't. They don't actually disappear at 0. They disappear at 5, for no particular reason. Um, uh, and I guess Potato Party made it all the way to 5. Okay. So uh, yeah, I don't know. Those things that we just talked about, they sound fine and stuff. So I'll probably want to do that at some point. So conditional dice rolls, and I guess this isn't really the same thing, but they feel related. So conditional dice rolls and voice data contributing to events which use the action tag, I guess. Yeah. So right, so conditional dice rolls probably won't become like mini events. They'll just be conditional dice rolls, and we'll try and do something with it probably, but probably nothing too fancy. Um, so I'm gonna, I don't know, I might do that now. We'll see. I'm also, I don't know, I think I'm just not 100% used to the later schedule. So like it's 11:17 right now, and that feels really late to me. Because like on my old schedule, I was in bed by 11. Like I was like in my old schedule, I was like supposed to be asleep by 11 so that I could wake up at 7 and like so I don't know. The world just feels different. Uh, for one thing, it's like pitch dark out. I don't know. All right, I'm just getting used to it. Anyways, um, so do this now or the link bonus badge awarding? What does the link bonus badge awarding even mean? So the link bonus badge awarding. So right now, we only check if the player has a badge when we would give them a badge. What we don't check is whether they have the badge because they have the badge, or they have the badge because their linked account has the badge. And so basically what I'd do here is I would change it so that if a player would add a badge, it gets added to like both of their accounts, if either of their accounts don't already have it. Uh, I my exercise device died, but I sent it back. I talked to the company and they asked me to send back the broken piece, and I sent it back, and I think they just today sent it back. Um, so that it will be back in action soon. Yeah, so because it's not because it's broken, yeah, I'm just like I'm just standing on the ground like a barbarian. um yeah. I mean, it is kind of nice because I can like mill about a little bit and kind of like meander a little bit, but it is weird. I've been biking like crazy because I'm like, I gotta get exercise somehow. I gotta find how do I. I'm gonna shrivel up and die. No, but it turns out biking is really fun. Uh, it just I can't bike and work at the same time, so I had to take a bunch of time off of work. No. Randos. Oh, randos. All right, my earpiece is like dying of power, so I'm gonna just take that out for now. Cause, okay. So the link bonus badge awarding, I should do that. I should do that. I should be a good game developer and like award badges appropriately. So, what do I do with that? What do I do with that? Yeah, let's just. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's just jump in on that. Tomorrow. Let's jump in on that tomorrow. Psych. Sorry. I'll probably start. I'll probably have to do that tomorrow, or tomorrow when I start working, I'll just procrastinate and not do it instead. One of those things. So yeah, sorry. I was not intentionally like doing the psych, but I think I'm going to instead call it for this evening. So my last active streamer will be to find another cool dev stream. I hope I can succeed at that goal. I used to be really good about I would very often I would go online and like keep up with like what's good in dev streaming. I haven't been doing that nearly as much. I haven't stopped, but I don't do it like as consistently. And so my list of like current game dev people who are cool is a bit lacking. Uh, but I'm sure we can find something cool. Uh, and while we're finding that, I will say thank you to everyone, as ever, for tuning in. Oh, maybe I don't know anyone who's online. I don't know. We'll find someone. Yeah, I appreciate that you guys are sticking with it, and like I like this new schedule stuff. I think the new schedule is like better. I feel like it's an improvement, so I'm psyched. I think like it feels better. If like it feels good. Like I like my day. I don't feel as stressed out, and so yeah, I think this is a good direction, and I hope so. I hope to see you guys again all the time because I'll be streaming all the time now, even more than before. I'm gonna do like 80 hours a week. No, that's a lie, but I do hope to see you guys again. For now, I will say have a wonderful whatever time of day it is where you are, and bye guys, bye, goodbye, bye. 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 All right, I'm gonna type those command now. And if the host command did not work for you, I hope you know where to look to find good game dev.